Good morning. It's Thursday, August 29th, 2021. And just a few minutes ago, I passed into the great state of Montana, Big Sky Country. It's my home state where I was born and raised. And when you cross the border, it does seem that the sky all of a sudden gets bigger. So Big Sky Country, I've been living in Portland, the Portland area primarily for going on 30 years. It'll be 30 years this January, but whenever I have a chance to come back to Montana, I just love it. But anyhow, so I told you I'm going to be talking about some of the memories from my dad. And the first one, starting out from when I was a real young child, it's one that I don't remember because I was too young, but my dad told me about it several times. And so I'll just relaying the memory from him, I guess. But so when I was probably between 2 and 3 years old, my dad was in the Air Force, of course, and he was stationed in Japan. So we were all living on an Air Force base in Japan. And I was between 2 and 3 years old, like I said, and I had a bike that had training wheels. And so, not very far down the street, maybe, I don't know, maybe a mile, maybe less, whatever it was my dad's office. And so my dad had taken me to his office. And so I knew where the office was, just follow that road down, and there he was his office and everything. So apparently one day, he was at work, and I was out front. My mom and sister were probably in the house, I don't know, but according to him, one of my training wheels came loose and wasn't attached anymore. And when that happened, I would always go to my dad and have him fix it. And so this particular time, he wasn't there to fix it, he was at work. So according to him, I rode my bike. I didn't walk it. I rode my bike without the training wheel all the way down to his office, and walked into his office, this little 2.5, 3-year-old kid, and my dad saw me and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Can you fix my training wheel?" He said, "How did you get here?" And I said, "I rode my bike." So I actually could ride my bike without training wheels, and I just didn't even realize it. So anyway, that was a memory that he told me several times, and he always got a good laugh out of it. Another one was after we were back in the United States, and he was my dad and mom had divorced. My dad was remarried, and he was living out on Malmstrom Air Force Base in Great Falls, Montana. And so we had would spend weekends with them. And so I was out at his house, but at his house, base housing, I have my own bedroom. And he was in the Air Force. He was part of security police, and so he would drive around in essentially a police car, and those are back in the days when CB radios were really big. So he installed a CB radio on the headboard of my bed in my bedroom so I could call him on the CB radio. And he taught me, I don't remember what my handle was. I was thinking about it this morning, trying to remember what it was. It seems like I might remember at some point, but you know, where people have a handle, meaning that's what your name is on CP lingo, I guess. So say breaker 19, this is so and so, and then it's a walkie-talkie that you talk back and forth in. And so I thought that was really cool. My dad's out driving around, and I do remember that. Vague memories, but I do definitely remember he's out driving around in this security police car on base, and I could sit in my bed with the CB radio, I could talk to him and he would talk back, and it was great. So anyway, those are just some of the little things that, for those of us that are parents, and I need to really remind myself of this all the time, is the things that we do, good or bad, will so much of the time be remembered. So we have to be careful. And I know that there's many times that I might have given my kids some things that I would hope they wouldn't remember as well. And I just would only hope that they can remember some of the good things too. But those are a couple of memories. One that my dad shared with me, and one that I actually remember. Not in that one, I was definitely young, like first grade, second grade in the CB radio one, somewhere in that range. So I was pretty young. So anyway, I'll share more a little bit later.